Hey gang, how you doing? This is Jonathan again from Tailhunter International down here in La Paz, beautiful Baja, Mexico, and we've come to the end of another week and it's time for a weekly video fishing report. This is going to cover the week of October 9th through the 16th of 2016. Well, you know, not just the end of another week, but it looks like we're coming to the end of another season. Only got about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks at the outset. Until the end of a season. After about 9 months of charging through everything, you can feel it in the air. The temperatures are changing a little bit, getting kind of cooler. The shadows are different, the waters are changing. You can just feel it in the air. Some of the species that we're catching also, not necessarily the warm water species, we're starting to see some of the cool water species as well. So things are changing. We're coming to the end of another season, but hoping to charge through these last few weeks, full blast, full bore, fully amped up. But I'll tell you what, this last week, a little tough as we got into it. The first few days this week, except for the Dorado that we're hitting around the La Paz side, our Las Arenas fleet was really having to work hard. Anglers were very patient. They hung in with us. The captains worked really hard, and we did start getting into some better fish, especially, listen to this, as the moon got fuller and as we hit that full moon, the fishing got better. The bonus this week, especially for our Las Arenas anglers, were the wahoo. We had some huge wahoo this week. There weren't a lot of fish. By no stretch of the imagination did we have a lot of fish this week, but the fish that we caught over at Las Arenas were trophy-sized fish. The tuna were 20, 25, 30-pound fish, some nice grade fish, and the wahoo, 40s, 50s, 60-pound wahoo. Again, not a lot, but 1 fish a day, maybe 2 fish a day at the very most, but that made the trip for a lot of folks. A lot of folks catching their first tuna, a lot of folks catching their first wahoo, and wow, what a thrill for them. But like I said, not a lot of fish. Bait does continue to be a situation for both sides, Las Arenas as well as La Paz, but these fish are eating dead bonita, they're catching some live bait, and also we're selling some really high quality squid, and that's working too. A real big surprise for these wahoo that we're catching is that normally we're catching them on the troll using big deep diving rapalas, but some of them were eating the squid. We're chumming for these tuna and boom, these wahoo are coming up out of the deep, shooting through the shallow water, eating some of the chum that we're feeding to the tuna. So that was a really nice surprise. Specifically, Las Arenas did not have a lot of fish, but the fish that we were catching were big. So that's what you've got to keep in mind. It's like hitting the home runs out there. You maybe have 1, you maybe have 2 shots at these fish, and that was it. Guys were coming back, anglers were coming back, they maybe only caught 1 or 2 fish, or maybe no fish, but the fish they caught with our Las Arenas fleet were definitely trophy-sized fish. The bigger tuna, big size wahoo, and some rooster fish thrown in, maybe a smattering of some Dorado as well. For our La Paz fleet, much easier. This is the place to have gone if you want some action. If you had the kids, if you were fishing light tackle, at least as far as most of the week was concerned, it was all the Dorado you wanted. Some days our anglers were coming back at 11, 12 o'clock. They were sitting back on the beach having lunch, kicking back a beer, full ice chests of fillets of Dorado. So that was not a big deal. But these fish were small. These are 5, 10, maybe 15-pound fish at the most. Normally during this time of the season, these fish should be 20, 30, 40 pounds. We're just not seeing it this year. So, a lot of action for our La Paz fleet. All the Dorado you wanted for the most part. So, if that's where you wanted to go, if that's what you wanted to do to fill up your ice chest, La Paz fleet was where to fish. Check out the photos this week. We had some really great photos to show you. And like I said, we're coming to the end of a season. Hopefully we're going to charge through these last couple of weeks and finish with a bang. Hope you're wherever you are, you're having a great day, a great week. Thanks for checking in with us again at Tailhunter International down here in La Paz.